Hello, Kimberly here with your weekly tips. Tips. Oh boy, do I have tips. All right, so I'm so excited about this topic today because we have been talking about vision. And um, the reason I'm so excited is because whenever I talk about my big vision, I get really just jazzed, because it's what my life is going to look like eventually. And I'm just so excited about that. And so, let me get started. Three tips. Three tips for you today to make sure that your vision is rock solid, because it's so important for us to have a solid vision. We don't want to say, well, maybe I want to live like this in the future, or maybe I want to do that. Oh, who's got time for the maybes? Forget the maybes. We are not doing the maybes. We want to have a rock solid vision. And in order to have that, we've got to be intentional. So I'm going to give you three tips to be intentional and make sure that your vision is rock solid so that you are getting and achieving exactly what you want. Tip number one, no. That's right. No without a doubt what you want for your life. You don't want to say, just like I said a minute ago, maybe I want this. Oh no, and then next week, maybe I want that. No, have a clear picture of that. And what makes that picture even clearer for you is because you also know why you want it. So you not only know what you want, but you know why. And so there is no question about that. One of the things that I really truly want for myself, and this is an example that I'm sharing just so you have some idea of what I'm talking about, is I want to set my life up in a way where I am not working in July and August, and I am not working in November and December. Yes, you heard me. I only want to work 8 out of the 12 months of the year. And how do I know this? Because I've had spurts of that where I hadn't worked for a number of weeks and it felt just so right. It felt so good. Now, that didn't stop me from doing other things because I was so involved in doing some other things with my family and friends. And what it is for me is it gives me more family time. So I have family in South Carolina, in Florida, in Miami, and here in Georgia. So it helps me to split my time with them. And if I want to work on some things for my business, I can, but I don't have to. And so that is a part of my big vision for my life. My vision is so much bigger than that, hunty, but that's just a portion of it. So, but I know that's what I want. I'm not guessing, and I know why. The why is because I want more family time. All right, so I'm going to give you a little tool to help you. It's what I call my visioning insight. So you are going to ask yourself this question, and I want you to write it down because journaling about it would be awesome. If nothing was stopping me or you, if nothing was stopping you or standing in your way, what would you want to see more of in your life? And I don't want you to answer that all willy-nilly. I want you to really think about it. Like, I have really thought about it. That's why I said more family time. For me, I want to be able to live back and forth between South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. But for me, my big vision for that includes me having a house, somewhere to live, not just living with family, a house in all three of those places. And I'm working on that. I've got a house in Georgia, and hopefully by October, I will have a house in South Carolina. Woo-hoo! So I'm working on my vision, and I'm doing things that help me get there. The things that I do in my business are all the things that are helping me get there. Tip number 2, Don't be fuzzy. Yep, don't be fuzzy. What I mean is, no, you're not a worm. Know what you want to the last detail. Don't let it just be all kind of fuzzy in your head. Detail it out to the minute detail. Be very specific. Write it down. And let me tell you what happens for me, because I do that, right? And when I write it down, every time, and I only used to write this down about once or twice a year. But what I've started doing is trying to write it, trying to get it down on paper every quarter. And what I will see when I look back from last quarter to this quarter, I will see some things that are done, some things that are in progress, and some things that have changed totally. Because remember, we're ever evolving, and it's okay to change things, yes, but don't be fuzzy. Know what you want, down to the detail. Details are important. And for me, I may be a little bit overboard with details, but trust me, honey, details are important. So what I want you to ask yourself is this: Visioning Insight. If I could make my life over, if you could just make your life over with the wave of a wand, what would your life look like? Get detailed, because you can make it as good and juicy as you want it to be. Tip number 3, check out your mind's eye. Yep, your mind has an eye. It sure does. If you close your eyes and start thinking about something that you really, really want, you see it in your mind's eye. Yes. So check out your mind's eye. And what I want you to do with that is to start visualizing all those things that you wrote down, that you were very detailed and you weren't fuzzy with. Visualize them. Close your eyes, visualize them. And I want you to use all your senses when you're doing that. I want you to use your smell and your touch and your, what do you see? What do you taste? I want you to use all your senses to make it really come alive in your mind. And you will be able to see it. You will be able to deeply visualize exactly what it is that you want for your life. Now, Visioning Insight, ask yourself, what would it be like for you if everything that you were visualizing came true? What would that be like for you? How exciting would that be? I want you to get jazzed about that. I want you to feel that. Really feel it. And I'm serious about this. Bonus tip, ding, ding, ding. I'm giving you a bonus. A lot of times people will go through these very same 3 steps and miss the bonus. The bonus is to act on it. That's the reason why we're doing all this. We want to get real specific. We don't want to be fuzzy. We want to write it down. We want to know our why. We want to look in our mind's eye and be able to visualize that thing and see it. But the only reason why we're doing all this is so we can act on it. We don't just want to keep it up there. A dream is just like puffed air. If you're only putting it on paper and keeping it in your head and not acting on it, it's like puffed air. So we don't want that. So my challenge to you is to rise up, create a plan for your vision and act on it. And I'm giving you a visioning insight for this one too. Visioning insight. What is the one thing that you could do today that would help you get closer to your vision? Drop me comments about that. I'd love, love, love to hear it. All right. Hope this helps. And I'll be back next week with more tips that you can absolutely use. Bye. Have a good week.